Hey guys, what's up? The Balance Wizard still over here, coming to you with another video. I wasn't able to make this video on the day of the recording because I was really rushed and I didn't have the time, and I also had a lot of background noise. So wait, hold on, give me a sec. Sorry guys, I have something in my mouth. So anyway, so basically what I'm gonna be going through in this video is how to beat a Jade. Okay, a Juju spamming Jade. When I first went into this match, I didn't set. I was gonna make another PvP strategy video of my new series on of putting a new strategy on putting all my attacks on my main deck and putting all my shields and utility spells on my treasure card deck, which I think is really useful. But when I went into this match, I wasn't really expecting to fight a Jade, Jade Wizard. And yeah, so basically I'm just going to be commenting throughout the video on what I was doing at the time. Well, anyways, as of now, I have noticed that he was obviously a Jade due to the spamming of shields that he had made, and the make cast fortify and and whatnot. So basically, when you're fighting a Juju spamming Jade, I don't know what else to call it, you're gonna need a lot of Pierce. But the Pierce isn't the only problem that he had to face during this match. But I think one of the biggest problems with these types of matches is the fact that it's a really hard way of trying to put the opponent's damage lower, since there's two techniques I was trying to go through when I was fighting this particular player. What was his name? Yeah, it was Chris Thief, which I was trying to spam him with attacks with high Pierce. Obviously, here I have the infallible or whatever it's called, and the strike, but I wasn't really able to hit because obviously he was spamming a lot of bad jujus. But the easiest way to really take that off is balance. It would be Lore Master, Savage Paw. Lore Master is probably more used, so that's one way, and Savage Paw is the other. But I don't use the Savage Paw anymore. I specifically used it for this match, but I wasn't expecting to fight Chris over here. So the most difficult part about this match was the fact that I wasn't able to spam him with attacks, because even if I were able to spam him with large amounts of attacks, he would just use sacrifice. I think that's what it's called, the healing spell. Or if I tried stacking up feints and traps on him, he would just use bad juju on me or sacrifice. So those were the two hardest parts about this match, was the fact that I wasn't able to land the one-hit attack, or I wasn't able to spam him with attacks. So basically, at the beginning of the match, I had spam a lot of tower shields because I wasn't expecting what he was gonna do. Because my normal strategy is to hit and shield, as stated in the previous video of my techniques. But basically, around this time, when he was spamming a lot of bad jujus, I was counting how many bad jujus he had casted on me, more or less, because I'm pretty sure the max for him was like 8 or 9, because of how much his deck allows him to cast. And so here I was trying to set up for another attack. right here particularly, I was able to take off not only the weakness and the tower, but also the aura, and with just one power pip. So right here with Gaze of Fate, what I was trying, he might, yeah, I figured out. He kind of had to predict what the player's gonna cast to. So basically, my suggestion would be having a lot of small what's it called, spells that have lower pips, and use them at the beginning, because they're probably gonna use a lot of bad jujus at the beginning of the match. And then the other thing is, you also have to be patient, because these types of matches could be sometimes 40 to 50 minutes. This for me was actually 50 to an hour, which was very long. And yeah, with these types of matches, they can get unpredictable at times, but sometimes you can see the normal pattern, such as, them spamming shields like he just did right now, or some other thing, or bad jujus. But once you familiar, I can't pronounce the word, but once you get the hang of the match, more or less around, I'd say 10 to 20, like 20 minutes, you kind of figure out, when the player's gonna cast bad juju and whatnot. Also, here on this particular part, I had actually gotten confused, because I thought the player icons thing was switched. That was really confusing for me at that time. So anyways, another suggestion that for balance would be, for any school, I'm not sure about if any other school could do this, but if balance, one thing to keep in mind if you're going against these types of players is to cast a lore master right before you're gonna hit with your big attack. So right now I did lore master. Well, no, I had to reshuffle that time. But anyways, before you attack with any attack, you put a lore master, and then you put your big attack. That's my whole point. But let me see, for Storm, they could just Storm Lord, but that's a lot high in pips. But you could stun the wizard too. Or the one key thing I should have brought to this match was stuns, because that would have been very useful throughout this match. But I didn't bring them. But let's see, for life, you could, if you're a life wizard and you're going against these types of players, you could substitute lore master with life weaver. For myth, I'm not too sure about myths, but I'm not gonna say anything on that particular region because I'm not too much of an expert. Or I actually remember this from the YouTuber Nectar Aeneas. I forgot his name, but I remember this particular YouTuber where he used to be very, very good at myth PvP, but when he would go against these types of players, he would use a lot of dimension shifts when he would be going up against these types of players. I'd say for fire, you can use power link or link, which isn't that bad. But again, I don't know too much about that particular region. And for ice, I would say to use a lot of stuns. I don't know what else to say on that part, but my expertise is definitely balanced. And for this match, a key component to this match also was having the counter force bubble, because not only does it give 20%. I'm not sure if it gives off 20% critical or pierce, or 15% pierce, but it was very useful throughout this match, and I feel like it's a very undervalued spell. But yeah, guys, basically this was like a very difficult match for me because I had no idea how I was gonna beat this guy, and at the end of the day, it was actually by pure luck because I went into this match blind, and you guys are gonna see how I win this match, which I didn't expect at all. It was pretty. I had to do a lot with luck, but I more or less I knew when he was gonna cast a particular spell. I think here, yeah, this is where. Okay, so here I knew he was running out of cards because all he did was pass or use like a random spell. And so yeah, see, like right now he passed again, so I knew that once. Yeah, here he was waiting for the reshuffle, but yeah, this is where I attack. No, but oh my god, see, this match was such a pain because not only I had to deal with the minion too, and he would put a lot of traps, but I wasn't really concerned because he was gonna hit. See, so right here I made a crit, and so I take off the aura here. Well, look, long story short, when you're going up against these types of players, to better summarize the entire video as a whole, is to go in high pierce, bring a lot of infallibles, bring a lot of the pierce bubbles, strikes obviously, and know how to familiar or since I can't pronounce it, know your player good, like know your player's patterns and try to predict when that player's gonna, I don't know, for example, cast a bad juju or sacrifice. And once you get the hang of that, you'll be able to have a better understanding, a better chance of actually winning against the player. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the video off here because I'm a bit in a rush. I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next time with another video. And let's try going for 10 likes this time. Bye.